Okay ba? Okay. Gusto ko lang take this opportunity to thank you and that is listening and also seeing my newsletter on LinkedIn. I just want to tell a story that 10 years ago, when we tried to start out, it's a leasing business, yung paupahan, rental. So, situated in Kawit, Cavite. So, basically, itong kwento na to, wala akong binabasa, wala akong just pure memory of what happened that time. And I just want to share kung siguro probably one of the major reasons bakit hirap magtayo ng business or negosyo ang Filipino sa bansa natin is because of this as well. So, basically 2016, niyaya ako ng mother ko to maupahan to build a business dun sa bandang Kawit. So, it's based in Advincula Road, Kawit, Cavite. So, San Sebastian. Maraming nangyari noon kasi apartment was katas ng gravel and sand na business na ahente siya ng gravel and sand sa mga construction. But she was hindi siya graduate of any course or business. Parang, of course, parang you have to one of the people na napilitan or na try out that do business na hindi naman alam yun, that hindi na kahit hindi nakapagtapos, that they strive. And I saw the pinanggalingan ni mother ko parang sa Rizal, parang area sa Rizal where merong parang what you call snobs na area. When we try out, nag-apply kami ng the usual building permit and business permit. Then, on time, dumating yung dating konsehal ng Kawit. I would not name na lang. Then, diniscuss sa amin kung paano ang magiging process, and he really blatantly said that kailangan mong bigay kay Mio. No. Ang kailangan daw ibigay is 100 pesos per square meter. Eh, yung laki ng lupa na nire-rent namin is 1,250 square meters. So, roughly that's 125,000. Walang resibo. Okay. Walang resibo yun galing sa munisipyo. So, we've had battles kasi parang nung time na yun umupo na si Digong, and I was kind of frustrated kasi yung mother ko parang inuna yung galit na hindi siya nakipag-usap ng syempre ng maayos kasi sino ba naman gagana may pag-usap when they're trying to bribe you, bribery ba yun? Or parang coerce or what, para lang mag-issue ng permit, kailangan mo maglagay. And of course, wala naman yan sa libro namin. We haven't had any experience of negotiating with this kind of transaction, mga corruption, lagay-lagay, no? So, that's the part where sinasabi sa amin na parang sistema na yan. Normal na yan sa gobyerno. So parang tayo yung mali. Di ba? Parang kami yung mali. Of course, it's parang given na daw. So parang ang exact words na ron, parang pakikisama raw yun sa munisipyo na pagtatayuan mo ng negosyo mo, ng jurisdiction ba. And meron din doong Ayala, yung Evo City, na parang, parang 15 hectares yata. Alright? Hindi ko alam eh. Naglagay din daw sila doon sa mayor, no? And parang they're telling us it's pretty normal. So, sa amin, nagkaroon sila ng clash ng mother ko. And of course, there are times na parang uh, nagagalit na yung mga tenants namin kasi hindi sila makakuha ng permit without the uh, occupancy permit na ini-issue pag merong building permit. Then the last document would be the occupancy permit. So, may naalala ko pa noon that magkasagutan yung some of the tenants namin and my mom kasi ako din nadamay na may nakasagutan where in fact my strategy talaga has to be peaceful, and explain ko naman lahat sa kanila na kung ano yung mga policies, everything. Kaya lang hindi nga kami ma-issue ng permit because of the lagay, the corruption. Balit, technically, hindi naman ito yung first time namin na maipit sa ganitong klase ng tao. We've had experiences before sa mga bilyar when it comes to land grabbing and whatnot. So, parang basically, it's totoo na ang style naman nila is DPWH. So, yung lalagyan ka na ng expropriation case. Tapos, at the same time, parang ikaw nauna doon nakatayo, pero on paper, pinapalabas na sila yung rightful owner ng lupa. Which is parang dawit-dawit na rin pati yung judicial system sa regional level is doon kami naghaharap. So yun. Nangyari is we were in Harrison Plaza nung buo pa yung Harrison Plaza 2017, something around that area. Around that time. And I was looking at my phone, biglang tumawag yung konsehal, natin konsehal. Makipag-usap na lang daw kami makipag-usap na raw kami. Kasi, nung nagkaroon sila ng argument, hindi nakikipag-usap yung konsehal. And, to think of it, nag-try kami kumuha ng permit kasi hindi kami binibigyan because wala pa raw bas-bas ni Mayor. So, during that time, kailangan namin, alam mo yun, kaharapin. Parang, hindi na kami humarap kay Mayor per se. Pero before that transaction, humarap kami sa Chief of Staff ni Mayor, which is asawa ng isang sikat na anchor sa Philippines. Humarap kami sa kanya, sinabi niya sa amin, choose your battles. Kasi parang, we wanted to have a legal confrontation. Sabi niya, choose your battles. Pero, of course, wala naman kaming ganung capacity. And, of course, yung pushing back namin dun sa lagay na yun, sa corruption na yun, is wala naman kaming pang-buffer or budget for that. We are not that, rich during that time. We are not that well off. Niraos lang, pati pag-graduate ko, inutang lang dito. And sinanla pa yung property ng parents ko just to have me para makagraduate lang. And nung time na yun, na nakapag-usap na kami, hindi na kami rumekta kay Mayor or sa Chief of Staff. Nakipag-usap na kami sa bagman ni Mayor, yung sa dating konsihan. Ako na lang humarap. Yung mother ko was at home. Ako humarap, dala ko yung pera, and yun nga, binigay na namin, and then, sige, okay na yan, sabi ni councilor. No? Then, pagpunta namin sa munisipyo, naging smooth na yung transaction para nakakuha na kami ng permits, ng building permit, occupancy permit, and business permit. So, okay na. Tinuloy na namin yung pag-construct. Siguro, it's a hard lesson kasi yung paligid natin is talagang napapaligiran ng kademonyuan to eh. And parang the reason why mahirap mag-leap from corporate to business, if magaganyan ka ng scale ng business, eh may involve na government na parang lagay dito from top to bottom. Eh hindi naman daw yan parang iba na. Hindi naman daw yan parang it's normal na daw for us, no, sa Philippines. Which is, I believe yes. Pero hanggang dito na lang ba tayo? Hanggang ganito na lang ba tayo? The reason why corruption is really very it's a high trigger sa akin talaga. It's because of those incidents or instances in our lives that we encountered yung mga buwaya or mga corrupt na tao na yun that really pinned us down. Nagsisimula pa lang kami, meron ng ganun. So, it's really difficult for us. So, I don't know. It's a cancer sa lipunan natin. And to be honest, kaya rin kasi malalakas ang loob nila is because may mga enablers sa paligid. It's the reason for their corrupt practices and also the reason for them being tarnished and skinned publicly. No? Kasalanan din ng mga umiidolo sa kanila. Kasalanan din yun. Nababash sila because pinapalakpakan niya pag gumawa ng katarantaduhan. Pinapalakpakan niya pag gumawa ng kabulastugan. Na pagnanakaw. Enablers, kumbaga. It's a worship. Parang it's a plain worshiping that person. Na hindi na tama. Hindi na tama. Anyway, so that's our story. If you have a business, let me know of your comments. If nag-try ka rin and encountered such things, you know, let me know pagka pintuhan tayo. That's the reason why business is difficult for someone like us. Hirap mag-scale, and to be honest, hindi lang naman yung mga citizen na Philippines, millions of Filipinos are protesting, but also the business community. Kasi they're also impacted. Business communities, like even bankers, like in the industry. You're someone with MBA, someone with PhDs, you know, I mean, kasi hindi mo naman kasi masusukat ang morals ng tao just by their titles and their, you know, their diplomas. So, that's it. Thank you for listening and hope na nakapulot kayo ng aral na sinabi ko. Hindi to diskarte, ah. That's calling out. Ciao.